heard something on the stairs there. I heard a firecracker. This was a couple nights ago, so it was like in line with New Year's Eve. But for a second, I worried because I was like, did someone set something off in the alleyway? Because it echoed all over the place. It sounded small bomb-ish. But the other part of my head is like, no, in Philly, a lot of people play around with the firecrackers, like different types, you know. And I was pretty certain that was it, but it got quiet in the city. Like, you know how the air can seem quiet all of a sudden? And because the sound was so questionable, it could be that a whole bunch of people are on alert, you know, and like listening hard with their ears. What was that? What's on the weekend shift up here? We have Jen. Can you see her? She's usually nights. So she's doing something for someone here at the Chestnut Building. They have a couple buildings on 17th Street, the Stroll properties, RTI. So, anyway. And it happened twice, because one happened again later. But, you know, usually you would hear sirens or whatever if it was something big, because the city's too big, there's too many people out here, someone would pick up on it right away and be on the scene. So trying to decide which way to go today. We're in prep mode, so I have 2 layers of gloves on just to see how that would work in terms of being able to handle things. So I'm also curious like how warm it would keep my fingertips, because last year when we had a whole bunch of snow, only over the course of like a few days, like only in 2 weeks did we have, I'm saying a whole bunch, it was like a dusting. It was super cold and windy, and my fingertips got really numb when I walked over the bridges and everything. So tomorrow we're supposed to have a snowstorm. Hopefully Philly will get stuff. It's one of these things where straight across and parts south of us will actually get more, it seems, in terms of snow and ice. Like they're gonna have an ice event. Up here, we're on the line of, like, there's even parts north of us that will get some, but it's sort of like north of us 1 to 3, us 2 to 4, I think, and south of us 3 to 5. So it's sort of all over the place, just like hurricanes. You never know where it's gonna land the most, you know. Also, I promised myself that during the snowstorms, snow videos tomorrow, I won't talk that much. I'll try to make it just a peaceful video. You can always mute. I mute myself. Like, I'll watch my videos just to sort of double check things, and sometimes I mute myself. But I'm walking north on 17th Street here. Just at sunrise-ish in the city. The sunrise can seem late. Everything seems, well, sunrise can seem later and sunset can seem earlier because of the buildings. So once the sun peeks behind buildings, that seems like sunset-ish, or once, because it takes so long to rise above some of the buildings, it seems like late sunrise-ish. So, and you can kind of see the pinkness of the buildings down the way, like that one and that one. Little tiny clouds up there. Sun's trying to rise over there. City Hall is all the way at the end with a guy on a statue of William Penn on top of, you know, looking down over the city. I don't know what's going on with that, because it has been a little bit of a concern. Philadelphia's always had, you know, issues with homelessness and stuff like that. But anyway, some have wondered, like, if too many curl up on the streets, if it's an indicator that something's going on, kind of thing. So, like, something else could be going on. And then with the insurrection on the 6th, like the recognition of that, and then inauguration on the 20th. January is one of these weird months, you know. I forgot this was a Walgreens here. Sometimes I remember and sometimes I forget really quick because I think of all the CVS's. But I was thinking in terms of getting a cheap scarf that's more fleecy in nature. I don't really have a scarf. I sort of makeshift with like you can use some clothing and sort of, you know. I have 2 pieces of clothing that have little, like, I guess you call them mock turtlenecks, or it's like the zipper on a coat zippers up by the neck, you know. So see the movie screen in there, and Comcast, Walgreens over here, yellow and red on Walgreens, and blue and skies and all kinds of stuff over it. Masonic temples all the way down there, and convention center, train station all the way down there. So you'd walk that way to go to the train station. Got a flag up here, state of Pennsylvania. Oh no, they put up Florida, state of Florida, and they've had Maine, Florida. I don't know what makes them decide to put up different flags, but after the Christmas Spectacular, they had Maine. And just now they had state of Florida. I kind of forget what the Pennsylvania state flag looks like. I've been to both of those states. Florida I actually stayed in for 2.5 years. Maine I traveled to with my stepfamily when I was younger on 2 occasions. Was I only there once once a long time ago when they used to go on vacation to Maine, my stepfamily and my dad, up to Waterville area, Rome / Belgrade Lakes. And the cabins on the lake, sort of like the movie Dirty Dancing. It's in that realm. Like you don't have to, but for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you can go up to the main dining hall. It's really like a clubhouse. It's all cabin-ish, and everybody goes up and has, you know, meals together, and then you go back to your cabins. You can fish, you can swim, you can water ski on the lake, I guess, or you can go into town and visit and do things like Waterville had Rummel's ice cream and putt-putt golf and Steve's lobster. We have been seeing a falcon on 17th Street over the past week and a half, 2 weeks. And in fact, he was flying around here yesterday. Go Joe, you know. So he or she, it's hard to tell